Okay, let me update the score here. Juan's up 2-1. Broke off pretty nice here. Got himself in trouble on the one ball. He's doing a push shot here.
If we go to Monday, I will fucking give both you hand jobs.
I missed what happened. I guess he tried to push out and somehow scratched.
All of a sudden, Rasham's like, good shooting this, we can do some hand cream. Rub it in. By the way, I like my vegetables raw. Get ready for it. Bringing it down, man. Alright, we saw leave it, Shaw. Fuck you. Sit here all weekend. Nice to get it up. Yeah, oh yeah. Especially when you're out playing. Like, oh, I would have done this, I would have done this. Guy's a fucking retard. Would have done this. He'll be like, fuck, I mean, I was playing this. Oh, yeah.
It's a rough shot. He had a beautiful run out from there. 5-6 was sitting pretty. Come around 3 rails. Left tap from the 9. I'm just going to ease this 5 ball in and save the 6 for the upper left-hand corner. Play it with nice speed to come off that head rail. Get himself an angle. He's going to draw straight back to the head rail and back out for the 8 ball. Still wants probably the angle he has now where the cue ball is. Draw it with bottom right. We'll spin it towards the 8 ball after it comes off the head rail. I want a little more out of it. I think he came up with his tip on the cue ball. Not the preferred, but at this point I think you just straight top and you come underneath the 10, around the 10, and then short side of the 9. Decision time. Maybe Z banks at 2 rails, long rail, and then leaves it on the head rail in the middle. Or he goes for the shot up the rail. See how aggressive he wants to play. Or maybe just saves the cue ball. Oh. Going for the cross corner bank, I think, just in case. Oh, Moby's going right out, all out for it. Hard to judge, but beautiful shots. Cross corner, bottom right hand corner. Nailed it. I don't know if he's planning on running into the 10. But it definitely worked out. It's exciting play when players are willing just to go out all out for the shot.
played him, I was so nervous I fucking run 3 off the hop, and he's just like, I couldn't hit balls for 5 games.
And he did a lot of safety, but I didn't
I got Shane in the stream that to give a shout out for Juan. We got anybody rooting for either one of these players, Juan or Matthew? Please give a shout out in the stream. Thank you for watching. Please like and follow. Helps us out. Again, we're finished with all the A-side matches today. We're on the B-side. All the B-side matches are raced to 7. A-side was a race to 9. You got to keep on winning on the B-side here to stay alive. So these guys are shooting for their lives here. Playing 10-ball BCA rules using a template rack, 2 and 3 in the bottom, racked in the bottom corners. He's breaking straight from the center of the. He's breaking straight from the center of the table, causing the second row balls to go towards their respective side pockets, and that's where I think he nailed the 4 ball in that top center pocket.
I expend a lot of energy. But you know, honestly,
I think he's going to come off the top side of the 1 ball, 2 rails around, and bring the cue ball back to where it is now, kind of. Unless he's all aggressive player and he's going for the bank back down past the 5. No. He's going to try to create some separation here between the 1 and the cue ball. He hit it a lot fuller than he wanted to on that 1 ball. He was trying to shoot the gap to cue ball between the top side pocket and the 5 ball. Put the cue ball on the foot rail. This straight center ball, and the cue ball comes back out off the rail for the 3 in the bottom left-hand corner. Nice shot. Probably stun off the 3 ball into the 9. Hold for the 5 ball. 4 ball's already pocketed on the break, so you might look at that 10 ball possibility too. But the play here is to just pocket the 3 and run into the 9 to hold for position for the 5. Or he might wrap around. No, he jumped up right on the shot. But that was a play there. Have the 9 ball hold for the 5. He just undercut the 3, went off the foot rail, and it's hard to say with Juan's aggressiveness. He might do a cross side. No, he's going for the cross corner again. Could be a 2-way shot with an 8 as a blocker if he misses a 3 ball. Now he's calling the cross corner. Now he's calling the cross side with the 3 ball. That's what I thought he would do. The 6 is likely to hold him up, and he'll still have a shot on the 5 in the side. These crossover side side banks are beautiful. Nice shot. No love, though. I don't know if he can make it in the corner or not. I think the 7 might have him slightly. Oh, no. He can't get past the 6 is what it is. He's going to cut it in the side pocket. Okay. He's going to run right into that 8 ball for a stopper. Nope. Oof. Okay. He has no problem taking longer shots and just letting the cue ball do what it does. Pulling the simplest forms, it just leaves you always like this is a tough position shot unless he just wants to see the 7 ball and plays safe on the 7. Could get squirrely and play a 7-10 carom. Draws back for that position. Nice draw. I got too steep on it for the 10 ball now, I think. But he does have a shot in the 7 in the corner, I think. Pocket the 7, wrap around the 10 ball for the 8 in the upper right-hand corner. No, I guess the 10 ball was blocking out a natural a shot in that upper left-hand corner pocket. Smart play there. Unfortunately, with the 9 ball where it's at, Matthew can just go ahead and put that cue ball back where he just put his hand and use the 10 ball as a blocker. Caught it too thin. He feared coming back and scratching this bottom left-hand corner pocket was a concern of his. He's either going to double bank this into the top center pocket or just play safe and roll the cue ball back behind the 10. Oh, okay. Leaked out on him. I should have saw that shot. My bad. My bad, guys. He can definitely back cut this, I think. I just don't know if he's concerned about the scratch off the 10. No, he should be all right. No, it's tight. Nice shot by Matthew. He needed a couple of the shot there to get back in this match. Keeps popping up on his shots though. He's anxious here. It's if you've never played one of these $1,000 tournaments, you'll never know how the anxiety and the nerves that just kind of, you're just a bundle of nerves, and you'll see him pop up again. Watch. He's not even realizing it. I'm sure he has great fundamentals usually, but this, oh my gosh. This kind of pressure takes people out of their normal game. Juan is pretty steady in his fundamentals so far from what I've seen, staying down on a shot. He just slightly overhit his safe he did on that 7 ball, trying to hide behind a 9. Let Matthew see it for a chance to run out. I think that one there, Matthew just had to take his medicine and just stop shot that 9 ball and shoot off the rail for the 10 ball. That's easier said than done when you're in the moment, you're in the situation, you're looking down the shot line. You go, yeah, I can 2-rail forward and come back out for the 10. And he probably could have. I didn't see the exact angle. It looked kind of straight to me, but it was probably more than doable. He's going to make that 6 in the top. Dry break, but he's been nailing that break shot. Juan has. I think he rushed that break shot just a little bit, because Shizzy was down a little bit longer before he pulls the trigger. So maybe he's starting to see the finish line, and I know that's my downfall. I start to see that finish line, and I start to rush my process. So if Juan wants to win this one, he's definitely just got to settle back into his regular rhythm, not rush anything, and with a 4-1 lead, he just has to play smart, and he's solid. It's Matthew that's under the gun here right now. Have Jack watch the shot because that 3 is pretty close to that 2 ball, just so Matthew gets a good hit on it. The best way to prevent that from being a foul shot is to do what Matthew did, and he hit the 2 ball a lot fuller than he needed to, and cheated the pocket basically to the left side of the side pocket as we view it. Nice touch, Matthew. I see this guy. If he gets going, he's going to be a handful for Juan. He just needs to settle in on his pre-shot routine and stay down on his shot. If he pops up, he just continues to pop up. It's not going to fare well for him. A lot of movement on that shot. He didn't pop up, but he's trying to get into that rhythm. And that was a good thought, trying to just skim that 4 ball and place it behind the 7 and get that cue ball near the head rail here. Maybe behind the 8 he was trying. Matthew's just popping up a little bit. He doesn't even realize it yet, probably. That's as you climb in skill level, you kind of realize you can become self-aware with almost everything. But even higher skill levels in this this pressure situation with this kind of entry kind of makes your awareness go out the window. That's one thing I'm working on, is awareness. Usually, almost after every mistake I make, I either know I moved, I wasn't properly set, I had something that took my focus off the shot. So just trying to burn in the consistencies of the pre-shot routine. Matthew has a nice 2-rail path for the 5 on the side if he wants. After making this 4 ball, ease it in. Perfect speed. Oh. Okay, came up short. You might just roll this down to the foot rail past the 8 ball and then leave the cue ball on the 10 ball. It's hard to say if he's going after it or not, though. Oh, that was the intention, man. Oh, he's jumping up on everything. I feel for Matthew. Been there, done that, man. It's been a long day at pool two. And some of these guys have been playing for probably 12 hours on and off since 9 a.m. Early 10s do count in this format. Again, it's race to 9 on the A side, race to 7 on the B side. Double elimination, so the loser of this match will be eliminated from the tournament. I missed that Monica who didn't come back. Matthew had some opportunities. It could have easily been a 3-3 race right now, or I tied up 3-3. So I'm a firm believer if you can go down 5-1, you can come back 5-1. So four railer was on, two ball went down, one ball down on the break. Juan taking a little stretch on the back there, feeling has a tight back. Guys been playing their hearts out all day long. The upper left-hand part of the table there, you've got the 6 and 8, so it's definitely a difficult run out. Looks like the best option might possibly be to go for a early 3-10 if somebody gets that option. I wonder if that's what he's even looking at, or he's just going to break out the 8 a little bit. And with the shot on the 3. Now I'm seeing things. He made the 2 ball on the break, so he's going for the 3. My mistake. I figure 4 in the upper right-hand corner, 5 in the bottom left-hand corner, then plays a safe on that 6 ball. Stop shot behind the 8 and kick the 6 ball around 3 rails. Or he could play 1 pocket shot and he could cross corner bank the 6. And have the cue ball go back up table for the 7. I'm curious to see what he decides to do here. Very nice position on this 6. Percentage plays just to play a safe stop shot here and send the 6 ball 3 rails around and tuck up behind the 8 there. Just like that. What dumb luck is that? I think Matthew can see enough of the 7. He's going to have to take the shot on it, even if he can't make it in the side. He might roll the dice and hand it back, but yeah, he's got to safe it out here. I don't think he could. He's got to really elevate to Massey around that little part of the 8 to get the 7 into the side pocket on the bottom part of your screen. So 10 ball being called pocket, he has the option to give it back, and he's decided to do just that, which I think the odds-on favorite is for whoever shoots this to miss and sell out to his opponent. I think Juan's going to probably call it in the bottom right-hand corner pocket, or he's going to try to spin it. Beautiful try. It's so deceiving when the ball's that close to the obstruction ball like it was on the 8th, that Juan was able to tell that it was pretty much almost on. And if he would just put a little touch of spin on it, he could have pretty much massayed around that, or delayed massay, and then had the cue ball spin in the 7 ball. Anyway, nice try by Juan. Matthew's in a good spot to try to run this out here. Let's watch this cross-side scratch. Controlled it well. A little more angle than he wanted, but he's got to go back and forth about 3 times and then shoot the 10 ball into the same pocket as he's shooting the 9. Oh, he lucked out here. I don't know what he was trying to do there. I think he's in his own head right now and just not really seeing the table as well as he probably was when he first shot his first match. Got a long day. Wow, I think he completely missed that ball. Some people concede those 2 balls, but one's going to do the right thing and make him shoot about the way Matthew's been shooting. Anything can happen, and after a lot all-day fatigue of 12 hours of shooting and waiting, got terrible in this 10. Should just followed a little bit for the 10 on the side, but everybody has their own process too in the way they. Nice cut in for the 10 ball for the win there. Gets the second game. Juan's got to watch out. He cannot let that go unanswered there. I've seen it happen a couple times in the stream where a guy thought he had it in the bag and opponent was able to sneak back into it a little bit at a time. Before you know it, it could be tied up. I wonder if that 310 is wired to that corner pocket by the 9 ball.
go there and play when I'm done. Let's play. I love that. Let's go play on that foot table. Play like a race 7 for $100 just for fucking practice.
For others, sometimes they raise the time. When after 3 in the morning, it's like $45 an hour. So you cannot. After 2, they raise the price to 45. So you have to pay for because they leave it open.
Yeah, no, I get it.
So it doesn't. You pay for 100. You don't pay for more time. You know what I mean?
That's why usually winter
Sometimes you have
time or
yeah, you have to play at least for 300 or 400 to make that time. Sometimes you play 2 hours. You know what I mean? And it's $90 in time.
Oh, I don't trust that.
After 2.
After 2.
yeah, but two players, right? So instead of like say 15 at first, or maybe it's
Yeah, after that,
You know what I mean?
the bartender will
Players,
go
it's-
home and they will let you stay to the drink.
Hey, this motherfucker's open all night. They let us play on open table.
yeah, right.
Oh, he don't care?
No, he said we don't put 40.
We will or won't have to.
He said he has some, so we will sell it.
Not sure what he was calling an upper side pocket where the cue ball's hanging now. Maybe the 10. He's got a shot on this 1-9. Good starter. Not a give me, but nice speed to leave a shot for the 1 ball. Maybe he force follows and come to the short side of the 2 ball. Nice shot.
Shit on me. They've been going back and forth.
Yeah, that's it. I'm just curious.
He got really straight in this 4 ball. I wonder if he just maybe force follows, comes off the bottom long rail, and then leaves him, comes back to the center of the table with the cue ball for that window between the 7-10 for a shot on the 5 ball.
That's fine. If I play like dog shit like I did that second frame, it aggravates me because I couldn't put that.
Okay, he was able to get angle.
Well, I mean, hey, listen, I'd rather be lucky than good any day.
Oh yeah, yeah. I would too, but sometimes I'm like, that's so sustainable, right? So you know that you're like,
Just playing percentage shot here and just going to leave the 5 on the foot rail and put the cue ball up table. And got more 5 than he wanted to. He wanted the 10 as a blocker, but he'll take that.
That sounds ridiculous, exactly.
I think he's just going to float this 5 up to the long rail and then use the 6-7 as cover. Just like that. Nice speed. Yep, nice speed. Maybe kick around the 10. One rail. Call it in the side. I'll put about tip and a half of left spin on this and hit it light. Nice. Oh, I thought that was going to be a hit. That was a good effort. Just spun it just a hair too much. He makes contact with that. It's going in the side pocket. I think he follows forward and plays the 5 ball in the top side pocket. Oh no, what's he doing? Gonna play it in the same pocket, okay. They had plenty of space. I wasn't sure how close the 7 was to blocking out that path for the 6 ball in the upper side pocket. Follow with a touch of right spin. Leave the 7 ball in the bottom left hand, or top left hand corner pocket. Wanted more out of that, so he's going to have to basically stun off this bottom long rail and come out for the 8 ball. Could try to get cute with it and put some bottom and a touch of right and go 3 rails around for the 8, but I think he's just going to stun over 1 rail. Back out for the 8. Oh, beautiful stun. Had a perfect position for the drawback off the 8, maybe 2 diamonds, and he had a 10 in the bottom left, but nice low save shot. Just tap the right side of the. Oh, he tapped the left side of the 7. Oh, left most of the 7 there. But the type of player that Juan is, he typically attacks this cross side and comes around 3 rails for the 8 ball. But I think he's playing more conservative with his lead. No, he's going to go for it. Going back to his roots. Right on that 8 ball, too. Just needs to take his medicine and just tap this in. Take the distance. Ooh. A game changer if he made that one. Not a give me, but we'll put Juan on the hill. Goes 3 rails around for position on that 8 ball.
How'd you do?
Just has to bury the 7 here.
Goddamn, who beat his ass, right? I know it's what I'm saying.
Too hard. You need to go pocket speed with that. He's going out for this one. He might just send ball. He might send the cue ball to the middle of the foot rail. Oh, no. He's in attack mode. He's likely, because he's coming from right to left across the 8 ball, the friction is going to pull the ball, the 8 ball to the left, so he's going to overcut this to compensate for that frictional cut and loose throw. Oh, he's going to come up short on this.
Which I drink beer every day, so I'm pretty good at it.
Ah, nailed it. Maybe he knew about the compensation, though, too. But a lot of players, when they shoot that shot, they miss it short. because they don't account for that friction of the cue ball coming across the face of the object ball.
Walk is 15. I had a bad foot. I'd walked here after I was pissed off. No, it's not really that far, but if you got a bad foot, it's really far.
Anywhere's fine.
Damn shit. I ain't mad at that. I'm hot-blooded. I'm not mad at being hot.
Solid fundamentals there. He stayed down on his shot. Everything was still when he made contact on the cue ball.
Oh, fuck. Like 2 weeks ago, it was fucking zero.
And that puts Juan on the hill.
Boston will get cold too, though. Oh, I'm sorry. Come on through, Dad. Good luck, brother.
Lost the cue ball. Was fortunate not to scratch. Fortunate to see that one ball here. With the proximity of that 310, I could definitely see him going for the combo or even the carom. Me, I think the best way to do this is to make the one, obviously. Then to shoot the two in the bottom, the top left, and have the cue ball follow into that corner area, just so I can see a sliver of the three, and that 310 carom is on for the match. Just depends on how he comes off this one, what kind of position he gets, because he's going to have some speed, and the one's going to be, cue ball's going to be traveling after it makes contact, unless he goes back and forth with this cue ball. Up and back, head rail, foot rail, back to the middle of the table.
What the hell?
Just like that. With perfect speed executed. He can do anything he wants here. He can maybe even come over. I don't think the 3 goes by the 5, so he might be going forward to just get positioned for this carom. He's going into it to create something. Aggressive shot here is the 3-5 combination, but then you don't know what the 3 is going to do after that. Might get the 3 locked up with a 9. He's going to play the cue ball to the foot rail behind the 5-9 and punch the 3 ball off the top long rail. You don't even have to hit this hard. Kind of just a throw. There you go. Nice shot. Matthew's got a kick at this one rail. Probably call a side pocket, since the 8 ball near the side pocket makes it big. He's just one stroking it now. He's kind of lost a lot of his steam, I think. Tired, mentally, physically exhausted, and just looking dimsel with his position, his opponent on the hill. So I think the way he plays it out now, he follows 2 rails forward, 6 in the bottom right-hand corner, sets for either the 7 in the top right or for the 7-8 combo. We'll see what he decides to do. He might just stun over for towards the 8 ball. I think the odds are just going forward with this. Make the 6 ball and have the cue ball come up towards that top right corner pocket and then have a relatively easy 7-8 combo. Or he's coming back down for the shorts, the left side of the 7. Just like that. Nice shot. I'd like to be a little bit closer, but he'll take this all day long. The way he's been shooting, very solid. This is his money ball. He makes this one, the game's in the bag. Eight ball just hanging in the pocket. Pretty much just a firm stroke through. Nothing too fast. I might just be stunning it off the 8. Yep. All right. 2 balls, and that ends Matthew's run here. I think this is a tougher way to go out than having a closer match. You know, you want to kind of gone out, keeping it close. But Juan's just been all over his shots today. It's a credit to Juan's fundamentals. Hiwa Beats had 61 players enter. They'll be paying out 16 players. 24 players will be going into tomorrow, as far as I understand. They didn't want to keep players here to where it was, they didn't want to play down to the final 16. Then you'd probably have people playing till 2 a.m., which hoping that's still not going to be the case with who they still have in the tournament now. I haven't looked at the bracket recently, but yeah, I guess he was 2 straight in the 9. I like the taking the offensive here and just going for the win, opposed to leaving it to your opponent. Nice out by Juan. Definitely deserves after that performance to advance. I think Jack will have another match going onto this table very shortly. No problem, Niwa. Got you covered. Thanks for tuning in. Yeah, Niwa. What the M.O.B Productions likes to do is, yes, Moby Dick has been going on for a while now, and it's it has been historically a 580 and under. But to prevent people from trying to manipulate their Fargos to stay under that magic number, they've been doing draws to see what the Fargo cap is, and this draw just happened to be near that 580 limit of 578. Anyway, I'm going to go ahead and let Jack get on, and he's going to go ahead and update the players for this next match on the stream table. Thank you. All right, we should be kicking off here in a little bit. We're waiting on Bruce. That's Will Orr shooting right now, practicing a little bit. Bruce is actually coming from the other location. We're running the 2 locations, so we're at the Rum Runner here, this stream. Bruce, some of the players, once they win or lose a match, have been, the way the bracket lays out, crisscross and come over to the other location. So we're just waiting on Bruce to show up, and then we'll kick off this match. Again, this is on the B side. All the matches here on out are on the B side. Race to 7 on the B side, 9 on the A side. Have 16 players coming back on the A side and 8 players from the B side. So they're playing down to 8 on the B side here. I know we have at least one more match after this one on the stream table. Hiwa, sorry, getting back to your question. Usually it's a 580, and I think they've actually changed the Moby Dick draw from anywhere between like 560 all the way up to 600 or 599. I think last year it was actually a 599, or the year before, skill cap. But maybe they've reduced it back to a 580 level. I'm not sure. I'll have to ask about that. Hey, Jack, with the Moby Dick, is it all the way up to 599 or 600 with the limits when you draw?
That's not information I give out.
Oh, okay. All right. It's a floating limit.
It varies depending on where other tournaments have drawn. So if another tournament goes high, we're probably going to go higher. If another one goes low, we're probably going to go lower. Just so that it kind of covers more ground.
Gotcha.
We don't want to have a 600 and 590. Doesn't make sense.
So, Hiwa, to answer your question on that one, I guess that it's not a set limit they draw from. They base a lot of it off of the participation they got on previous tournaments or tournaments they've held. So if they, for instance, hold a 600 and under tournament, they're not going to hold a 590 and under tournament. So they just kind of, it's a floating limit. So that maybe, for instance, they'll draw between a 560 and 599 for the limits, and then it could be anywhere in that group. Or they could make it a 580 as the top, and it's between a 550 and a 580 draw for the skill cap. So they don't like to project anything, so nobody can, again, try to manipulate their Fargos to try to steal a tournament. And M.O.B Productions really tries to work on making it fair, and so everybody has an equal shot at cashing, if that makes sense. So I hope that answers your question, Hiwa. Yeah, I know. Thank you, Marcelo. Yeah, they definitely draw the cap. So maybe the year before it was 599, but I definitely remember a 599 cap. So maybe it was 2 years ago. But that's what makes this a great tournament year after year, is because it's always so random, and the skill cap definitely draws in different people. And say if there's a 560, like you said, in the 560s before, but if it's in the nearly 580 this time, you won't draw the same people, but you definitely get a decent draw. And we got a 61 player field this time around. Marcelo, do you know how many people played last year? Your name rings a bell, so I'm assuming you played last year as well. I love when people in the chat sound off about the players they're rooting for. We're waiting again for Bruce to come down from the Putter's Eastern location, and he may hit a few balls before they get started here. Each player is entitled to 1 rack of balls to warm up before they start their match. This is 10 ball. using the M.O.B Productions 10 ball template. Rack the 1 on the spot, 10 in the center, and the 2 and 3 in the bottom corners. The other balls can be racked any way you want them to. Somebody was asking about pattern racking. Those other 6 balls can be racked the same way every rack if you wanted to, but the 2 and 3 have to be in the bottom corners, 10 in the center, and 1 on the spot, of course. Yes, they always hold this. I think it's always a 64-player tournament. Okay, so they probably put out for a 64-player field, and they only got 61 this year. So that sounds accurate, too. Thank you, Marcelo. Yes, Rum Runner and Putters do a great job of maintaining their equipment. That's why M.O.B Productions enjoys holding the tournaments here. Plus, the food is available at both locations, and the staff always treats the players exceptionally well. Looks like Bruce just showed up. Looks like Bruce is not going to go ahead and hit balls. He's just ready to... I guess he's going to hit balls real quick. Okay. Wasn't sure. So anyway, the format here is 10 ball, race to 7 on the B side here. It's a B side tournament. Race to 7, rack your own. Winner breaks. They either flip a coin or I've never seen this, but I've seen some lags here too. So I guess it's up to the players if they want to lag or flip a coin to see who breaks first. And that's obviously a huge advantage. 10 ball, obviously call pocket. 3 foul rule is in effect. 10 ball, if made on the break, spots up and the breaking player continues to shoot. See what else. Jump cues are allowed. And early 10s are allowed. I think that covers all the rules, basics for the 10 ball. Any other questions during the stream, during the match, let me know. They just flipped for it. It looks like Bruce won the flip. He'll be breaking off. Got Will Orr, a 580. He's coming out of Arizona. We've got Bruce Gojetcha, 570, coming from Washington State. For the most part, all players are within I'd say about a 20-point Fargo. This one's obviously a lot closer, 10-point Fargo. Should see a good match here. Has been a long day for all players, so we'll see how these guys are still holding up. Okay, so it was 2 years ago. Thank you, Marcelo. $5.99 and under 2 years ago. I played in that one as well. Very nice break from Bruce there. He made 1 ball in the break. It was the 3 ball. Got a bit of a tester to hit the 1 ball in. Maybe he just stop shots it and takes his medicine with a long 2 ball shot. Might draw it back though. He seems like he's got a stroke on him. Nice shot, as long as he doesn't get married up to this 4 ball. Oh, he got snookered a little bit, I think. Maybe. No, I can see it. So that's a good question, Chase. Will is able to play because there is when they first announced the tournament, there is a 5 or 10 point Fargo cushion on all their tournaments, as long as at the time of the announcement and then again at the time of the player making their initial deposit to play in the tournament, they were at or below the cap of 578. Once they are on the list with their $200 deposit to hold their spot, then they have a 5 or 10 point cushion. I forgot what the Fargo cushion was. So obviously Fargo's going to fluctuate for the 6 months they may be waiting before the tournament starts. So it doesn't eliminate anybody, but it also eliminates people who advance enough in that 10 point Fargo cushion. So if somebody was to go up to a 588, I believe, 588, 589, I think, would cut them out, and they'd have to get their deposit refunded, and they couldn't play. I hope that answers your question, Chase. Get back to the match here with Will. He's in a good spot to take this first game. He wanted more draw than that. I thought he was just going to stun over. That's correct, Marcelo. Thank you. Yeah, thank you. Marcelo's played in this a couple times the last couple of years, so he's a veteran with these little intricate rules for these high entry tournaments. Might get fortunate behind this 9. No, he does not. All right, tell us it's going to be a jam-up game here, or jam-up match. Either a drag draw shot just to keep it on the same side of the table here by the 9, shoot the 10 in the opposite corner. Nice shot by Bruce to take the first game. I think ultimately the player who's able to keep their stroke the loosest here is going to win this match. So let's keep an eye on how they're stroking it. It's good advice there, Sophia. I think that's what he's doing so far. He's keeping it simple. Breaking directly down the center is pretty popular. Those second row balls typically go towards their respective side pockets if they hit it square. Don't know if he hit it square or if the rack wasn't as tight. Going to safe and put the cue ball depth back behind the 8, not 8-10 over there. I don't think Juan could see all this ball, so he might. I might be able to. It's hard to tell what he's doing here with the 9 in the way. No, he's trying to safe and go around it. I think Will's attacking this cross side. No, he hasn't called anything. Playing behind the 4. Nice shot. Even if Juan could see it, but I don't think he can. That was a heads-up shot by Will there. Yeah, you're right, Sophia. I forget the other person who was up on the stream that was from Washington. I'm just told by Jack Murray who's from where before the stream starts, but my memory's terrible with that. Who was the other Washington player or players that have already played on the stream today? If you can remind me. We're just gonna have to spin the heck out of this behind the 3 ball.
Sneak in here real quick.
Okay.